Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. South Africa's President Ramaphosa will be speaking to South Africa, to the nation, in an address on Sunday, July 13th at 7 p.m. I'll be covering that live on my program with commentary and analysis as Cyril shares his thoughts. But let's look ahead to what's coming on Sunday. What exactly is Cyril going to share with South Africans? Well, things are unfolding very fast in South Africa related to the Senzo Mchunu allegations that he's corrupt and that he undermined investigations into an assassination task team that was investigating political assassinations. Now, these allegations come from Lieutenant General Nicklin, a police officer in KwaZulu-Natal who's very well respected, and the lines are being drawn. People are showing up on both sides of this argument. Gift of the Givers is weighed in favor of the president paying attention to what Mkhwanazi has to say. There are charges now laid against a police minister by the Democratic Alliance, a member of the Government National Union. So what's Cyril going to talk about? Well, will this be the issue? I suspect this is what he's going to talk about. And what's going to happen? Will there be a cabinet reshuffle? Will he sack Mchunu? Probably not. Seems improbable. Not enough pressure has been built. And Mchunu likely knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak, and has dirt on people. How else do you think he ascended to be the police minister? He's a lot brighter than his predecessor, Becket Chile. But we'll see what happens. I don't think much will happen there. But what South Africa really needs to be talking about, what President Ramaphosa needs to be addressing, is a couple of other things. He needs to be talking about the ANC's commitment to transformation, which is a dog whistle, a code word for black supremacy and racism, entrenching black supremacy and advantage over other racial minorities. That's a system that desperately needs to be addressed, and Cyril Ramaphosa has committed to that system and says it won't change, despite what he tried to tell Donald Trump in the Oval Office. But that won't be the topic, unless he just brings it up to remind people that it's here to stay. But the big issue that President Ramaphosa should be addressing, one he doesn't address, and one that's going to have a devastating impact on South Africa, is the tariffs, the 30% tariffs that are coming South Africa's way on August 1st. Ramaphosa and his government keep gaslighting South Africans, claiming that they're on top of this, that they're negotiating, there's room for maneuver, AGOA can be saved. Well, the fact that they're even talking about AGOA shows that they're clueless and have no idea what's going on. AGOA is a public law that expires after 5 years. Since 2000, it's been renewed every 5 years. Legislation was introduced in April of 2024, or February, April 2024, by Chris Coons in the Senate. That bill has gone nowhere. Nobody's championing it. It's not on the floor for discussion. It hasn't come for a vote. And it's highly unlikely that a bill introduced by a Democrat during the Biden administration is going to be voted on and approved by a Republican House, a Republican Senate, and a Republican President, even if there's empathy or sympathy for the African Growth Opportunity Act. So the fact that South African politicians still talk as if AGOA can be saved means that they're either stupid or they think that you're stupid, because they keep talking about something that's a dead letter issue. AGOA is dead and buried. It's gone. Now, it might come back in a future Congress, but that bill expires on 30 September, and it has nothing to do with the tariffs that are in place right now. Nothing. Yes, the tariffs that come into effect on August 1st effectively end AGOA, but AGOA was gone anyway, so it's just really not a germane point. Ramaphosa should be talking about tariffs. I don't think he will, because he doesn't know how to respond. All of his actions have been contrary to improving the situation. He's done nothing to move the needle in South Africa's favor. And this isn't a trivial issue, folks. I've got a lot of people who are snarky and rude who comment on videos and saying, we don't need American. You can keep your stuff, you colonizers. Well, fine. Shoot yourself in the foot. Do you feel better now? Ouchie, ouchie, ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, do you feel better having shot yourself in the foot? Well, China's our #1 trading partner. Yeah, okay, great. So you send them raw materials and you get commodity prices that fluctuate up and down, and you're subject to commodity prices. And the ebb and flow of that. When it's in demand, you get it. When it's not in demand, you don't get it. The U.S. is your most important trading partner. Benefication. You get, from the U.S., value added up the value chain. And that's the bottom line here. So, folks, enough of the nonsense. Ramaphosa needs to talk about tariffs. He also needs to talk about Mchunu. Let's see what he talks about on Sunday night. Watch it right here on Chris Wyatt Reports. Cheers.